The Mew VMAX League Battle Deck is one of the, if not the best investment you can make if you're just getting into the Pokemon trading card game. Out of the box, it's already one of the strongest decks in the game, and once fully tricked out, it is a top 2, top 3 deck in the game. And post-rotation, which is coming up soon, Mew VMAX continues to be one of the strongest archetypes. But what will you have to do to get your Mew VMAX League Battle deck post-rotation ready? I'm Jeff from inthirdperson.com. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's look at Japan, where they're already playing in a post-rotation format. Mew VMAX is already performing really well, and they've got the answers for what post-rotation Mew VMAX looks like. Now, before we go there, we should go and look at the current deck list for what you're going to get in the Mew VMAX League Battle deck. You're going to get 1 Oricorio, 2 Genesects, 2 Deoxys, 3 Ameloetas, and then a 2/2 line of Mew V and VMAX. I would suggest that if you're going to build out this deck in full, you'll want at least 3/3 Mew, and you're going to want 4 Genesect for sure. You may take out the Deoxys, you may take out one of the Meloetas. I personally would take out both of the Deoxys and one of the Meloetas, and then make this a 4/3 line of Mew. But all of these Pokemon are going to survive rotation, so you won't have to worry about that. All of the energy is safe from rotation. And then I think all of these cards are rotation safe as well. Even like Old Cemetery, yeah, Battle VIP passes, Regulation Mark E. And yeah, everything in this deck is rotation safe. So you could just play it like this and have a good time. But if you're playing a competitive Mew level deck right now, you've already made some changes, such as taking out the Fog Crystals and putting in Quick Balls. And just looking off this list, you might have a big Parasol in here, maybe a Serena, Pokemon Catchers, Cross Switchers, and so on. So let's go and look at the lists from Japan and see how they have tricked out their decks. There are 2 major archetypes for post-rotation Mew VMAX builds, just like there are right now, the version with Meloetta and the version without Meloetta. And we're going to start with the version that doesn't have Meloetta. And again, shout outs to Pokeka Recipe on Twitter for posting all of the results from Japan and showcasing a lot of the decks that are doing well, Mew VMAX being one of them. And as we can see here, the Meloetta-less version, the DTE build as it's often referred to, looks pretty similar to what it does right now. You've got a 4/3 line of Mew, 4 Genesect, 1 Oricorio. The biggest difference is there are no Quick Balls in this deck. Instead, we've got 3 copies of Nest Ball and 1 copy of Feather Ball. It's an interesting choice here because Quick Ball is actually better for Mew than either of these balls, because not only does it help you get a basic Pokemon, but it also helps you discard cards that let Genesect draw more cards. Nest Ball is good in the sense that it lets you get a basic and bench it immediately, but you don't get to get rid of any other cards on top of that. So this particular player has gone with 3 Nest Balls and then 1 Feather Ball, just in case they need to rescue a Mew or from the prizes. Otherwise, this is a pretty straightforward list of DTE Mew with the Battle VIP Pass, Ultra Ball, Cross Switchers, Switch Cart. We got 4 Lost Vacuums. This is a heavy disruption build with 4 Vacuums, 3 Path to the Peak, and 1 Lost City. And then otherwise, this is like pretty bog standard for a DTE build. Your 4 Seal Stones, just 4 Double Turbo Energy. If you are already playing a disruption-based build, really it's just take out the Quick Balls and put in Nest Ball and Feather Ball instead, and that's pretty much it, and you're good to go. As for the Meloetta build, this one changes a little more. Now, again, something I've noticed in Japanese deck lists is they like to use this Deoxys more than we do internationally. I think it's a fine card, especially if you're running into single prize Pokemon a lot, like Lost Box. This is a nice way of, for example, taking out Cramorant without losing a single prize, because Cramorant does 110 damage. This has 120 HP. and it can take out multiple Cramorants. So you may want to keep the Deoxys in there. Most of the time, these are taken out. So I would probably go like 4-3 Mew, 4 Genesect, 2 Meloetta, and then maybe squeeze in the Oricorio here. But otherwise, the list is pretty similar. Again, they instead of Quick Balls, they go with 3 Nest Balls and 1 Heavy Ball as a way of rescuing a basic Pokemon, which could be Mew, or Genesect, or Deoxys, or Meloetta. In this version, where there are 4 different basics, the Heavy Ball does make a lot of sense here. And then they've got 4 VIP Pass, 1 Switch cart. I would switch this to just regular Switch. I know it's very situational, but having Mew VMAX in the active with Galar Mind down, like, ugh. So I just prefer the Switch, even though you get to heal 30 HP off a basic and can move. Anyway, 1 Pal Pad, 2 Escape Ropes, you've got your power tablets and choice belts, 1 emergency jelly. This is interesting. Like if you put that onto a Deoxys, for example, and Cramorant hits you for 110, the emergency jelly would then pretty much heal the Deoxys back to full, which is why that's in there. I don't necessarily know if this is essential to the Meloetta build, but it essentially is the same thing as most fusion builds have been up to this point, with the only real exception being the replacing Quick Ball with Nest Ball and some other sort of ball. If you don't take out, like I would probably take out the Deoxys and put different stadiums in here. Like maybe I would have a Path to the Peak or something like that. But this is pretty much what the Fusion Strike or the Fusion build has been this whole time, and definitely use this as a reference going forward. All right, I know this isn't necessarily a groundbreaking video because Mew VMAX was kind of rotation proof as it is, but I did want to give you a look at what the deck looks like post rotation. And if you're like freaking out, like, oh man, I have to make so many changes to my Mew deck. No, not really. You just kind of have to find a substitute for Quick Ball, get some Nest Balls, and maybe a different ball of your choice, and you're good. So let me know, what are your thoughts on Mew VMAX going forward? Are you excited? Are you happy that your deck isn't going to change all that much? Do you hate Mew VMAX and are mad that we're going to have a whole other year of the deck being really strong? However you feel about it, let me know in the comments of this video. But until next time, I gotta get going. Thank you so much for watching. You can find me on all the things: YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram at @InThirdPerson. You can find me on Twitch, where I stream the Pokemon trading card game every Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, like I am doing. I'm technically streaming it right now, but it's not on a Wednesday. It's a whole other thing. It's not worth explaining right now. And check out the website, inthirdperson.com, for more articles and videos on video games, board games, and other nerdy pursuits. So Twitch fam, stick around. We're going to say goodbye to our YouTube friends here. And for YouTube homies, we will see you later. Bye-bye.